Hey folks, it's us, podcasting wonderkins John Bishop and Lucas Southworth.
Although this is a podcast about cars, it is not age appropriate for the target demographic of these films, as we usually end up talking about the reproductive organs of Lightning McQueen.
Alright, now let's take a look under the hood. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kachat. It's the only podcast brave enough to ask the question, hey, what's up with cars? I'm Lucas Southworth.
And I'm curious.
What are you curious about, John Bishop, the other host of this podcast?
The world of cars.
Online?
There are a lot of questions that a lot of people have, and there are a lot of interesting things to think about when it comes to cars, and I'm very curious.
Yeah. Oh, that was the end. Okay, I thought you were going to say, I am curious about, and, say why you said that. But I guess you didn't.
I didn't.
Well, anyway, this episode, we are going to be, you know how in the credits of Cars, they go to a drive-in, and they're like, oh, you're the other Pixar movies, but they're cars. I don't know, what's that like? If Toy Story was about toy cars and whatnot, what are the implications of them being toy cars? What are the implications of the monsters being monster trucks? What are the implications of the bugs being bug cars? And maybe some other Pixar movies. We'll see what it takes to fill an hour.
Okay. Bug cars. Bug's Life. What's it called? What's it called in the Cars world?
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you the other two first.
Okay.
The first one, and I may have said them, I can't remember. The first one is, of course, Toy Car Story.
Okay, Toy Car
They're
Story.
toys. It's about toy cars this time. Okay, sure. Second one, instead of Monsters, Inc., we got Monster Trucks, Inc.
Okay.
Third one is A Bug's Life.
Yeah, but what's the name?
It's Bug's Life.
No, the name in the Cars film.
The Car-ified version is A Bug's Life because VW bugs.
Because that's a kind of car.
Yeah. So, I mean, it works. I don't know.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. What am I going to do about it, you know?
Now, of all those titles, which one do you think I take the most issue with?
Okay. I'm going to actually work through this. You want me to say A Bug's Life because A Bug's Life is wrong because we focused on it, and you're going to say one of the other ones. I'm going to say Toy Car Story.
Absolutely. And do you know why?
It doesn't flow very well, but I don't know if that's your issue with it.
Because one of the main characters of the very first Toy Story film is a toy car.
No, yeah, RC. You're right.
So, I mean, what? It's just that's already a thing.
No, that is a major plot point. Okay, I was pretty worried about this one and not being able to come up with content for it besides the idea, but that's actually a lot. That's something.
Okay.
It's a really important plot point that RC is an RC car to try to get them back to the moving truck. Now,
Okay. So, here's an interesting question. In a Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear is a space ranger.
Yes.
And the big thing is that he cannot fly, but he can fall with style.
Sure.
If he were, say, like a toy rocket, would he not be able to fly?
Well, the thing is he's kind of just like a normal toy car. That's like, if you look at him, he has his space helmet, and that's pretty cool.
Okay, so he's got a space helmet, and
He's got his little wings that he can shoot out, I think. especially looking at this image of a poster they've mocked up. But yeah, he's kind of just a car. The thing is, the little bit we see of Toy Car Story is the famous scene in which Woody yells, "You are a toy!" and Buzz replies, "You are a sad, strange little man." This is iconic. But instead, in this one, Woody Car says, "You are a toy car." And I think Buzz probably replies, "You're a sad, strange little car."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking at a picture, I see three different characters that have been mocked up. One is Buzz, one is Woody, and one is Ham.
Yeah, because that's what links into the joke they're telling there in the credits to Cars. It's Mac watching all these movies. Mac is, of course, voiced by John Ratzenberger, and the joke is he's viewing all these scenes that are also voiced by him. So it's Ham from Toy Story, the abominable snowman or Yeti or whatever he's actually called in Monsters Inc. And shoot, he's PT Flea. Yeah.
Nice.
And the character is called Yeti, not anything else. Yeah, but that's why Ham is in it.
So let's talk about the reason I have to bring this up.
Yeah.
Ham is a pig.
Mm-hmm.
Ham is a pig, and in
No,
this,
yep.
he's a pig car, but he's also definitely a pig. He's named Ham, which means ham exists and
Yeah.
pigs exist.
Yeah.
But also,
Gosh, lots of implications.
in a Toy Car Story
Mm-hmm.
versus a Toy Story. In a Toy Story, he is a piggy bank who is
Mm-hmm.
modeled to look like a pig.
Yes.
So if in the Cars universe, he is a toy version of a pig,
Yes.
that means that pigs in Cars are canonically just cars that look like pigs.
Yeah, and that's pretty upsetting, but especially when you consider the fact that cows at least get to be, I don't know, tractors or something. So,
Do they eat ham?
okay. So, Ham in Toy Car Story is a toy car version of, like, representation of a pig. Because Ham in Toy Story is like a relatively accurate version of a pig.
Mm-hmm.
And if they know what Ham is, yeah, I was trying to logic my way out of that one, but I think they eat the meat Ham, not, Ham the character, which I'm sure is what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Yeah,
I've got so many questions just because of this one scene, but I'm gonna move on to another one.
sure.
And hopefully we're gonna come back to do they eat ham, but
We better.
we've theorized that cars in the past are just plain old cars, and that history doesn't have like, oh, this is just a wagon and that's a person. And we have evidence right now that that is the case. The evidence is that Woody is a cowboy, but he's very clearly a cowboy from the past. He is like the John Wayne era cowboy,
Yes, yeah.
and he's just a regular car.
He's a regular car with like some cow. Okay. Sorry to immediately derail that. He's also wearing cow print.
He is in fact wearing cow print, which
Sorry, no.
brings us back to ham.
It does bring us back to real animals existing.
We have tractors that are
They don't
cows
look
that are
like
tractor
cow.
tipped.
They don't have cow spots on them, though. Very importantly, or else we would be certain that they were cows.
So they have the concept of cow print
Yeah,
and cowboys, and they have tractors, which are their cows. And
yeah.
they have Ham, who is a pig, who is a car.
I think that sums it up. Yeah,
So in Minecraft,
go for it. Okay, yeah, I would love that.
you kill enough of... No, shoot, it's not pigs. Pigs don't give you leather, do they?
Be cows.
You kill cows or you kill bunnies, and you can get leather.
Get leather from bunnies in Minecraft? It's been
You
a minute
get
since I played
you
Minecraft.
get
Go
three
ahead.
pelts from the bunnies, and then you can turn the three pelts into a leather.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
So, so the way that would be implied is that okay. So in Woody's case, it's supposed to represent like, oh, he's wearing those chaps. Chaps would be leather, which would
Yeah,
be the flesh of the animal that
yeah,
he kills.
yeah.
You ever seen a car with like leather just glued to its front?
I haven't, but I guess we could extrapolate that out, and instead of it being leather, it's like the car equivalent, and he's just like taken, I don't know, either the base coat of paint or like the very outer shell of the car and put it on him. It's not better, but it's easier to explain, I think.
All right, let's talk about this.
Uh huh.
Following the logic that Ham is a car, who is a pig, who is a car pig, who is a pig
Yes.
car.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, it might just be the shell, and that implies something very unfortunate that cows are roughly the same size and shape as cowboys. They're probably the same type of
Hmm.
vehicle, is what I'm getting at, meaning that it's very close to cannibalism.
Maybe they're just literal, bud. Maybe Woody is a cow boy.
Okay,
Not like our definition. He is like half cow, half boy, all cowboy. Gar.
so he's like a minotaur.
Bella's pissed at our implications about Woody from a toy car story.
Very true. She does not like the idea that they're cannibals.
I don't like that either, but maybe they're not. Okay, hold on. Maybe that isn't the outer shell of another cow. Maybe that's just Woody's outer shell that looks like a cow.
We did just explore that with he is half car, half boy,
Yeah,
half
that's what I'm
cow,
saying. So
half
maybe they don't have to be cannibals
minotauros. But the thing is, he's got a cowboy hat.
to demark him as half cow, half boy, all cowboy car man.
What's that? What's that hat made of?
Oh, that does look like leather. Okay, I guess it could be just like pleather. I don't know. Maybe he just likes hats. Are you gonna
Okay.
judge the man because he likes a stylish Western hat, John?
Yes.
That's fair. I don't know. What do I know anymore?
All right. So before we keep going down this very specific rabbit hole of this
Yeah.
one 5-second clip in a movie, I'm going to talk about our fun fact of the day. If you look at a picture of Buzz from a toy car story, you can clearly tell that his design, or at least his treads, likely take a strong amount of inspiration from one of the characters in the TV show cartoon Buzz Lightyear.
Nice.
There's a character who is just a robot.
Oh yeah. Oh, Buzz Lightyear's like Space Command or whatever it was, or was it
Mm-hmm.
just Buzz Lightyear? I watched that as a kid.
It's good.
I liked it. It was fine.
And apparently they had two different readings, one with Patrick Warburton and the other one with, you guessed it, Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Rate down on a scale of 1 to 10. How is my tool man? Tool time.
I'll give it a 4.
That's honestly generous. Also, if you're curious, his name is Buzz Lightcar in the movie, which doesn't make sense
According
because
to this, it says Buzz Lightcar, but
that's what I
on
said.
the Wikipedia it says Buzz Lightyear car.
Yeah, the big reason that don't make sense to me is that the brand of tires in cars are all called light years. So they have the term.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know. It's not a big thing. It's just I don't know why call them, but like that's one that like for me is like even worse one than like we would do. You know, like we would come up with something better than Buzz Lightcar. I've said that, and I've put ourselves in the trap. What's our better name for Buzz Lightcar?
Buzz Goodyear.
Buzz Lightyear. Both of those are better. Do better.
Buzz Lightcar. Okay, now what's Woody's car's name?
As far as his official name on the no, okay. You know, this is a good enough time as any. I don't have like a official one. We are going to go over to the. Oh, we have someone submitted a name to the beep beep. I'm a sheep of the day.
Give me that ASDIF of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Jack, for giving us that. Ah, man, he does. Oh my god, John, you know how all of them have bios? It seems like no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Oh, Woody
on
has a
Woody.
car's bio.
I'm on Woody right now. And
Yeah.
as far as the name is, it just says Woody.
Yeah, Woody and then in parentheses cars. So I was incorrect. It's just Woody. But it does have his little cars bio, and I want to read that. Woody may have been pushing the miles and a little over his warranty, but he was still the favorite in Andy's garage until one day the new model rolled off the assembly line, a high tech, low IQ oil slick named Buzz Light car. Suddenly, Buzz has a prime parking spot in Andy's garage, and Woody's parked on the street.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay. So, so on this Wikipedia page, it's got the quote from the movie. It says, Woody, you are a toy car. Buzz Lightyear, you are a sad, strange little wagon. And you have my pity. Farewell. And it says, Woody, oh yeah, well, good riddance, you loony. It does, in
Yeah.
fact, say Woody and Buzz Lightyear. That's it. So that's something. And then there's the whole, this is a little rude. Buzz wasn't dumb. He's not low IQ. He was
Yeah, I don't know what
delusional.
was up with that.
He's delusional, but that's because he's a toy who's made to believe that he's a space ranger, so that makes sense. So that's rude. And then there's the whole, is Andy a human?
Andy's garage, huh? I mean, they're toy cars, right?
Mm-hmm. They're toy
They're
cars.
owned by someone named Andy still. I
Oh,
think he's a child car.
he's a child car who has a garage with toy cars that are sentient, which that's just a whole thing of itself. And there's prime parking.
Apparently, man, I'm opening up every single character on here to see if they all have bios, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Okay, so in the movie, the original movie, Toy Story, uh Andy starts playing with Buzz more, and he forgets about his cowboy obsession, and that really bothers Woody, so Woody tries to murder him. Okay, so in this, the difference is that there's limited parking because when you
Yeah.
have toys, that's what you got to think about. Not, oh, is he going to fit in my toy chest and which one am I going to play with? No, it's which one am I going to give the best parking space to?
Yeah, I guess it's equivalent to like a toy chest, I guess, but maybe one that's just themed around being a garage.
Okay.
And like they're still tiny, I assume, toy sized for, a car, uh whatever the like ratio would be of, you get what I'm saying.
Is it one garage or is it like a dozen garages?
I imagine it's like a garage in the sense of like one of those like garages where there are lots of cars in them that like oftentimes are used to have work on them.
Okay. So the implication being that Andy, a car,
Yeah.
repairs and paints his toys.
Yeah, or he just plays with them. I don't know. I'm gonna read Buzz's thing because like it's also Buzz Lightcar has crash landed in a place called Andy's Garage. Desperate to reunite with the rest of his space rangers, he enlists help from the native vehicles of this strange planet. But before he can get his ship fixed, so he has a ship. Okay, Buzz is confronted with the shocking realization that he may not be the Space Ranger lunar rover he'd thought he was, but rather nothing than a toy space car.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he has a ship.
or at least thinks he has a ship.
Specifically, is a lunar rover, meaning
Yeah,
moon.
the moon.
Um, okay. And this isn't written as if it's positive whether or not one thing is true or the other. This is written in a way that conveys that he is in fact a space ranger who's having some sort of existential crisis.
Yeah, I think it's written like from Buzz's perspective. So I think he's still, a toy car, just how Woody's still a sad, strange little wagon. But yeah, it isn't written definitely.
All right. So, um, maybe that's why they were super rude about the whole Buzz being low IQ. That's one thing.
Yeah,
Uh, Time for another small fun fact of the day. Turns
yeah,
out that clearly the model is in fact a station wagon.
yeah. No, I saw that as he's a wagon. That's cool.
All
I
right.
think he's like the wood paneled wagon, which is like a joke. He's
Mm-hmm.
Woody. That's pretty good. It's honestly, it's pretty. It's a decent little joke.
Yep. The last
Okay,
great gasp of the American station wagon is the image that I'm looking at right now.
okay. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but
It's
that's
just a
okay.
picture of a station wagon that
That's
clearly
what
he's based
it's
off of.
sounded like. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go basic. How does Andy the car play with these toys?
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. He nope.
Yeah, that's the
He
thing.
no. Um
Runs into,
he pulls nope.
looks at, and
All right,
lets his
Lucas.
imagination do the rest.
I'm going to do the thing that you've been doing recently.
That's just forklifts, baby.
Nope.
Okay.
He I guess puts him in his mouth and spits him out.
No, yeah, that is another thing I've been doing.
It's a lot of mouth play.
Don't like that term you've used.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess. Or maybe okay, they can move their tires a little bit. So maybe he can like nudge them around with those, or I don't know, blow on them.
Okay, so he blows on him. How does he get them in and out of the garage?
Okay.
How
That
does he
does seem,
park his Big Mac truck right in his little garage?
yeah, that is an issue because as we've coined in a recent episode, maybe even last episode, he don't got them fine motor skills, TM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe just hits them real hard until they like slam into place in there, and then they're alive, so they can just rearrange themselves. Maybe he doesn't put them away, and they put themselves away, and he's just pretty dumb and doesn't notice.
All right. So
Yeah.
all of his toys,
Uh huh.
theoretically, are toy cars. Are they all remote control?
That could help us a lot, actually.
We just assume that somehow he has the remote for every single toy inside of him.
Yeah, that does bring us back to our original point about RC
Mm-hmm.
and make him even more obsolete.
Well, the thing about RC is
Yeah, tell
that
me the
there
thing.
is Slinky. Slinky
Yes.
is a Slinky dog, and he's a dog, and he is modeled
Slinky.
after a pet.
Oh,
And he is not a pet. He is their friend who is a Slinky dog.
yes.
But RC is
He's,
their
yeah,
pet dog.
yeah, RC is treated as if he's, and he acts as if he is a dog. You're right.
All right. So what have we
Because they
established?
play fetch, he pets him, yeah, he doesn't talk.
What have
Why
we
is,
established is for sure a an animal that we've talked about that can help you by helping you be transported by riding it and is in fact a vehicle or attachment to a vehicle.
a trailer? You lost me. Just tell me
You're
the
right,
answer.
it's a trailer, it's a
Okay.
horse.
Yeah, we said horses were trailers a while ago. Yeah.
So Slinky Dog implies that pets aren't necessarily dogs, dogs aren't necessarily pets, but RC is very clearly a pet who's also good for transport, which makes me think RC is probably a horse, which makes me
Like a
think that
Yeah.
he is a toy trailer.
What a terrible toy.
You say that. You
I
say that.
yeah, I do.
But think about Transformers.
Okay, I often do.
You get Transformers, you get Optimus Prime. One of the attachments you can get for Optimus Prime that makes him much more cool is that like trailer hitch. It's the like semi truck trailer section. It can
Hmm.
oftentimes provide him with like, oh, now he's got wings, or now he can hold other Transformers for some reason. Maybe RC is like half of a toy. Because even in Toy Story, he is basically half a toy. The other half is, of course, his remote control.
Okay.
So maybe RC is like specifically a transport for cars type toy.
No, okay, and I could see, because I was thinking his big plot point at the end is they use RC to catch up to the moving truck, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even going to touch the moving truck yet. Uh,
Yes.
but maybe because I don't know, they could probably go just as fast as RC. Maybe his thing, and follow me here, is when he latches on to one of these other cars, he gives them like a super speed boost or something.
Or maybe
Okay, yeah, better than that. Do
they
better
do
than that.
something silly and he's just already attached to the truck that's moving.
Now that's okay. Are you assuming he is a full sized trailer?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's got a weird latch hiccup, like hitch up, that he can attach himself to that vehicle. And the reason he was useful is because when the truck started taking off, he like threw, I guess, a hook or something to latch onto that truck, and he was being like dragged behind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think both work. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
All right, now let's get to what you just talked about a little bit ago. Um, okay, so
Hmm.
there's a moving truck for their boxes when they're moving,
Uh huh.
and these toy cars that are cars that are being played with by a car.
Hmm.
They're chasing after this moving truck that is moving stuff for cars and has cars inside of it, inside of a garage, and is being followed by a trailer and has a trailer.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't follow a lot of that. I'm pretty sleepy, but I got the idea of it. Uh,
And in Cars 2,
yes.
what is one of the big set pieces? It is, in fact, a plane that they're
Yes.
chasing down. And,
Yes.
well, not Cars. In, of course, Toy Story 2. And Toy Story 3, there's yet another very large vehicle that provides a lot of conflict. That is, of course, the garbage truck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is important in all of them, huh? Man, I
So,
hadn't even considered getting into Toy Car Story 2 and 3 and 4.
yeah, they're. And even in 4,
Yeah,
which
the
I,
RV.
to
Yeah.
this day, haven't seen, I know that there's an RV that is a major transportation device that causes issues. Which, so in every single Toy Story movie,
Yeah.
a major piece of the story revolves around an extremely large vehicle that in some way is being chased down or is carrying someone that it either should or should not be.
Yeah, and let's see. Toy Story 2, are they trying to catch the right plane or not get on? They're trying to not get on the plane in Toy Story 2 because that takes Woody to Japan. So half of them they're trying to not be on the vehicle, half of them they're trying to be on the vehicle.
Yeah. So yeah,
But like,
the whole point is that it's Toy Car Story in which you are a vehicle owned
tiny,
by a vehicle
tiny,
trying to get inside
big.
of a bigger vehicle or out of a bigger vehicle.
But like, and I know the easy answer is like the plots are just not one to one. But like they're saying almost line for line scenes, so it seems like the plot's pretty one to one. Of like, I don't know, I wasn't aiming for the truck, and then he falls into the minivan into Andy's box or something in Toy Story at the end. But like, how would Andy be in a van?
Okay, so Andy's a van, whose
No,
mom is a
Andy's
van,
mom's a van.
which means that moving for them is getting someone big to carry their stuff, and then they just
Yes.
drive. Lucas, I'm too distracted. What did Sid's toys look like?
Oh God.
One of them, one of them
Yeah.
would have just been like a bunch of towing cables, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that one's pretty one to one actually. I feel like maybe just with wheels instead of creepy spider legs.
I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like it'd probably be the creepy spider legs are like maybe forks, and then there's
yeah,
just the baby doll head.
yeah. Those are. I mean, they're meant to be. I don't know, fairly grotesque in Toy Story, but like, I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
there's a fishing line. That's going to be Tomater's hook. And it's got, of course, legs.
Yeah, they're just like human legs. Yeah,
So those are just
I mean
wheels.
they're doll legs, but
So it's like a tow truck cable and wheels just glued together, I guess. There's weird forks on a baby head, which I'm guessing we have to get back into this. How do you decapitate a car?
what did we decide? Down. We decided this in our original moments in history because one of them was the French Revolution because I wanted to know how a guillotine worked.
Well, there were a few ideas. One was you cut it like from above the tires completely horizontally.
Yeah, our two things were either the top half or the front half, or our two. And we also said maybe they just sort
Super
of,
weird scooping.
yeah, do a weird scoop. But I think either the front or the top half is what it would be.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's the top half.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just have a baby that is half of a vehicle, and it's just the head, and it's just on forks, I guess. Oh boy.
Hey, John,
Yep.
this whole episode is Toy Car Story, right?
It wasn't supposed to be. Lucas, what are the little green army men?
Yeah. Okay, real quick. I think this is a new series called Pix-Car Studios. And we'll just go through these sometimes. It wasn't supposed to be. We have so many mini-series, but I think we could do this with all of them. Green Army Man, Tiny Sarges.
Tiny Sarges. Okay, but they'd have to be different. I'm guessing maybe they're like Hot Wheels.
Yeah, like the
But they
issue
can't even be
is,
Hot Wheels because they have to all be one solid piece.
I think the issue I'm having is that in Toy Story, the toys are diverse. Like you got Rex the dinosaur, you got Ham, he's a pig, you got several human analogs, you've got a RC car, you got a penguin, you got a slinky dog.
We've got one
But
thing we can agree on. Rex is just a dinosaur.
okay, yeah, he's the Dinoco logo. But all we've seen are car versions. We don't, which like they could have toys that weren't cars.
Like Buzz could have been a plane.
They could have toys that weren't vehicles.
Yep, yep,
They could
yep.
have blocks. They could have a slinky. Would if they want it to be attached to an animal, it would probably have to be a car
Oh,
or a
Lucas,
vehicle.
Lucas, Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a character that has so many implications. And I need you to guess who
Okay.
it is. I'll give you a very, very big hint.
Mm-hmm.
Not in Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. I mean, there's the guy voiced by Keanu Reeves who has the motorcycle.
Not,
Uh,
not, not what I'm thinking about.
was he voiced by Keanu? I may have messed that up. Are you talking about Key and Peele's characters who are attached by the hand?
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
They're also something.
Yep, 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 yep. Just imagine two vehicles attached by a wheel.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, Bo Peep breaks a lot and is ceramic, which is
She
freaky.
breaks?
Yeah, she like okay. In Toy Story 4, he finds Bo Peep and she just has one of her she's made of like ceramic, and one of her arms has like broken off at the round the elbow, and she's just sort of band-aided it on, and it works fine. So I don't know how toy logic works in Toy Story.
Well,
Uh,
Woody's arm fell off and was sewn back on a time or two.
yeah, but hers is just like taped on, which is different, but it's not a big deal. Just tell me who you're thinking of.
All right. So I'll tell you the implication. The implication is food,
No, just tell me, bud.
a certain utensil.
Oh, Forky. Oh, God. Oh.
All right. So cars. Do they eat? Yeah, sure, they eat.
Yeah.
Forky is probably just some sort of fork with things glued onto them, but instead of weird arms and legs, they're wheels. And the dude's a fork spork thing with googly eyes?
No,
What are the
John,
eyes even? Are they little LEDs?
you're absolutely wrong about him being like our fork. You know what he is?
What's that?
He's a forklift's arm. They have something called a fork. He's a forklift's arm, right? Because I don't. They wouldn't have forks. How would they use those?
Okay, so he's a forklift's arm, which
Yeah,
means
his
that
name's still Forky.
this little girl is playing with a detached arm.
To my knowledge, in my theory, yeah.
Okay. So, parents of the year, I guess. They let their child play with just an arm.
And
Okay.
maybe it is like a tool. So it's like, I don't know. She's playing with a wrench. It is also kind of weird.
I have to point out, Lucas, that you have turned a film in which arm removal is already a weirdly prevalent thing
Yeah.
and added another arm removal, and now a child playing with said arm?
Yeah, some few of them have arms. I had to get the arm removal in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. It's an important thematic moment. Bo is
Okay.
broken, but she's putting herself back together. I didn't mean that to be true, but I think it probably is true to the core themes of Toy Story 4. Um
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I've
Now
calmed
back to
down a
what I
little
was
bit.
talking about. The eyes,
Yeah.
the googly eyes. Are the googly eyes just lights? Are they glass? What are eyeballs?
I I guess it's just what I'm imagining would be like an equivalent to make it out of trash. Like she makes it out of a googly eye, so it's not trash, but you know like if you get leftovers and you get like a clam, not a clamshell, but like those like things that have like the black plastic bottom and then like the clear plastic top.
Like a food dish?
Yeah, like it's like a clamshell leftovers thing. It comes all the way apart and it has a clear top.
Okay, sure. Just like
Yeah,
Tupperware?
kind of like Tupperware, but like disposable kinds they give you at a restaurant. Anyway, I think that could be a good surrogate. I don't know, windshield for something.
Okay. So you think that Tupperware glued to a severed arm, that's Forky.
With some wheels on there, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, now for wheels, are they toy wheels? Or are
I
they
mean, I
just
guess
hands and feet glued to this arm?
I guess it could be hands and feet glued to the arm, but if we're going full trash, which again Forky was not, he was sort of, but not fully. He could it could just be like something that would rotate like a I don't know, cylindrical can or something.
Okay. So Forky is just a bunch of disturbing things glued together.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
okay.
Forky's fairly disturbing in Toy Story 4, as we've discussed in our Toy Story episode. Not to be confused with this, our Toy Car Story episode.
A completely different, not at all similar. All right, let's talk about the fact that these toy cars, they're toy cars. They're just toy cars. And there's a toy
Mm-hmm.
that is a potato.
Okay, I didn't even think about Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head for that matter.
Is he just a potato?
Potatoes would exist
Almost
because,
certainly
like,
potatoes
crops
exist.
exist.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dusty Crop Hopper.
So it's a toy car story, except there is a dinosaur
Because
and a
Dynaco, yeah.
potato.
And I could see him being a little different in that, like, again, They don't know what feet and arms are, so they just sort of plug in some wheels and stuff to him. But
Okay.
like that does get us back to like, and I know it's the issue with every single thing that comes up, and we've talked about it even already. How would you play with a Mr. Potato Head if you're a car with no hands?
Well, if he's just a regular potato, then I guess you just mash him.
That's sad.
You just run over him.
He has a wife. Uh,
Yep. Okay, so he's a potato. Lucas, just in my head, I'm thinking about it. Mr. Potato Head would just be sideways.
it'd be sideways with some wheels.
Yep. Like
Yeah,
his face would just be on like the front, I guess. Right? So that's something.
yeah, that's weird. We don't have much more on that. Okay, I got something.
Mr. Potato Head can
Okay, go
take
ahead.
over other things,
Yeah,
i.e., a
okay.
tortilla. Could he take over Andy?
Well, that's just a question about Toy Story itself. We to answer that, we have to answer: could Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story, not in Toy Car Story, do that?
But here's
And
the
I
thing.
think,
Here's the difference.
yeah,
He takes over tortilla, which is not a living biological creature.
sure.
A car isn't necessarily a living biological creature. It's mechanical. The original Mr. Potato Head body is, in a way, mechanical. So could this potato head take over the car instead of a regular human simply because the car isn't a biological creature and is in fact similar to Mr. Potato Head himself?
Okay, here's my thought. I think yours may give it a bit more weight in Toy Car Story, but I think just in Toy Story, if you just jammed all of his parts into a person, one, ouch. Two, he could like assert his will, like he would say, move your arm, but like you would also still have your mind in there. So I think it would be a battle of wills, is what I think would happen. Because a potato, a plastic potato, and or a tortilla can't fight back. So I
Okay.
think it'd be a similar thing in Toy Car Story, except it might be a bit easier for Mr. Potato Car Head because of the stuff you said.
Now, just to give you some props to it, I feel like it's a lot easier to puncture a human than a car.
No, yeah, like yeah.
If you're
Hmm.
gonna jam your bits into something, you want it to be squishy.
Hmm. You want another pass at that? Or are you happy with it?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm very
Uh,
content.
okay. More back to you, bud. But yeah, you're right.
Okay. So that's how possession works, I guess.
Everyone was clamoring for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one is sort of a larger Cars question that we've even done an episode about, but it was a long time ago, and I don't remember what we said. A major component of Toy Story and the Toy Story series is that Andy just keeps getting older, don't he?
Mm-hmm.
He goes off to college. That's Toy Story 3, and it's sad.
Fair
But,
enough.
like, and I know we've done our entire episode on childhood, but I don't remember what we said. How does aging work?
You get your squishy bit and put it into a bigger body.
Okay. Well, that's. Hmm. I guess it would happen off screen.
A very grotesque situation where you go to the manufacturer, which is a bunch of like underground street humans who will then switch your body out for you.
Yeah, okay. Why not?
Mm-hmm. And that, of
Yeah,
course,
okay.
is
Why
what a
not?
birthday is.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Every birthday until whatever adulthood is, probably 18, they swap car bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it's like a Snowpiercer, the creepy underground system of uh, tortured souls does it for you.
Cool. Uh,
Yep.
Slinky Dog. What's up with that?
All right. So he's a car who is a
Yeah,
dog
with a
who's
slinky
also
in
a
the middle of
slinky.
it. I
Is that
guess
a
he's just
thing?
a toy car with a slinky in the middle of it, but I don't like that.
All right. I'm going to look up toy car slinky and see if that's anything.
Well,
Okay. There,
okay.
it's a Hot Wheels thing.
Also, this is maybe less relevant, but there is in Disney World in Toy Story Land, a ride called Slinky Dog Dash, where Slinky Dog is the ride car. So there's also that. Maybe he's just
Okay.
a miniaturized version of Slinky Dog Dash ride car
Okay.
from Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios at Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
Or maybe he is, of course, the Hot Wheels mutant racers.
Terrible. Okay.
It's they're just cars with weird slinky bodies. They're Hot
Okay.
Wheels mutant machines.
Now I'm going to send you a link here. And I think it's very important you look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now do we want to say that out loud?
Yeah, I wanted to say it's maybe the worst window decal I've ever seen.
Okay.
Just Slinky Dog from Toy Story, and then it says, "My other ride is a Slinky Dog." What does that mean?
Okay. So you know how I mentioned that maybe RC hooks up to the thing and that's
Yeah,
how they get a hold of it? In the movie, Slinky Dog is that connection.
sure.
So in a way, they kind of ride him. So maybe that's what they're saying.
Okay.
Or maybe they have a very bizarre sexual fantasy.
Or maybe they just got bad taste in window decals, but I'm not a big fan of any window decals or bumper stickers, so
I was
sue me.
about to say any taste in window decals that is no thanks is bad taste in window decals.
Yeah, and you can quote us on that, I guess. Don't, but you can. I'm not your dad.
Okay, so I'm stuck on this. There's so many different types of toys, and they're all just cars except for two. There's
I
aliens. What are the aliens? Are they cars? Are they little toy cars? Are they UFOs?
UFOs would be good. Yeah, I was thinking that. And
If
I
they're
guess
UFOs, do they
they
have
have
the
a
ability to
third
move?
pupil, because they have the three eyes, the little the claw aliens from Toy Story.
Okay, but like how do they move?
I guess they just float around, bud.
If they can float,
Yeah.
then why can't Buzz fly?
Okay. Because he has another way to move around. And we could explain how Buzz can move because he has wheels. Well, he has treads. Uh, and we can't explain how, if we're gonna say the little aliens or UFOs, I can't think of a way for them to move that isn't just hovering around.
Now, in the movie, they
Uh-huh.
do just kind of waddle. So
Yeah,
maybe that's the same. They're just a disc that kind of wobbles back and forth to get forward.
it just sort of scrapes along the ground.
I wasn't imagining that they were so heavy that they would scrape, but I
That's
like it.
fair. They're
No,
very dense. No
they're,
child should have them.
these are just hunks of metal designed to look like toys. In
Yeah.
fact, they're the heaviest, like they're just lead balls.
Oh, I got something for you. So Bo Peep has some sheep.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're already in the movie. It's weird and
Barrel
just
full of monkeys.
well, I was getting to Barrel Full of Monkeys. We'll get to that. But Bo Peep's sheep have three heads and one body.
Now, Lucas,
Yeah,
I had completely forgotten that.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't even in my subconscious. Like, there was no part of me thinking, oh, yeah, Bo Peep's weird Cerebus situation.
Which, like, it's weird that they did that in the movie anyway, unless it's based on like a real lamp that I don't know about. I mean, it's weird if it is based on a real lamp that the real lamp did that.
Okay, so looking back at this horrible, horrible image,
Yeah.
it's not just three heads, it's three bodies all just shoved together.
I mean, we're just back to the Key and Peele situation. They're characters from Toy Story 4, but decidedly worse.
Mm hmm. And also, there's a penguin.
Wheezy?
Yep. And, well, or as Doctor Strange might say, a pingling.
Yeah, he can't say penguin. It's very funny. Look up that video. Benedict Cumberbatch can't say penguin good.
All right. So, a penguin.
Sure.
There's a penguin, and it's A penguin.
Do
What do
you
we?
just want to make fun of Benedict Cumberbatch, or did you have a point for bringing up Wheezy?
We've talked about animals. There are animals. Talked about cows. There aren't cows, but there are tractors. But there's also a cow because there's a cowboy who is half cow, half boy.
Yeah. I forgot that we decided Woody was half cow earlier. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Half cow, half boy,
Half car.
half car. He is three halves a person, which
Twice so arrogant.
there's okay, and then there's the three sheep, the Cerebus situation, and there's what are the toys? What are real? What is life? How many animals? How many animals are real?
I mean, the reason I thought you were going to bring up Wheezy is because in the movie he's missing his voice box.
I don't think he was missing it. I think he swallowed it.
Yeah, it was broken or it was missing or something.
Yeah.
So he was broken, which, like, I don't know. I feel like that he'd just be a broken toy penguin car. Uh,
So, oh boy. Okay, yeah, but that could be a horn. That could be something like that.
yeah,
Lucas, there's a dog,
there is just a dog in Toy Story.
a real dog. What is the dog?
Buster.
Okay, so they got the dog. What's the dog? What's the dog?
Okay, literally an episode ago, we decided what a dog was.
We
I
talked about what a dog is.
We certainly didn't decide because we never decide anything. We just talk in circles for an hour and then we're like, I guess we're done for the week.
All right, Roombas or something.
No, Roombas are military drones, remember? That's
Oh
literally
yeah.
canon.
Wait, no,
They're,
yeah, I think we
they're
talked about it.
military cat drones, is what we decided.
Yeah, they're
They're
military
militarized
experiments
cats.
on cats. Okay, so something like a Roomba that isn't a tactile weapon.
Yes. I mean, normally I'd say it was an RC car. I think that's what we've said is that that dogs are RC cars.
Yeah,
But like, toys exist.
toys exist, cars exist, toy cars, pig, ham, penguin.
Ham is a lot.
Ham is so much.
I don't like
Also,
ham. I'll
half
tell
cow,
you.
half boy, boy cow.
We didn't talk. You said the words barrel of monkeys, and I said I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about whatever dumb whatever I was talking about. The barrel of monkeys is concerning.
We've talked about how something had to be similar to a human to be a monkey. I think we mentioned like the little vehicles, the 12-volt cars that kids ride around in.
Yeah,
Those might be monkeys.
but so they would just be tiny those in a barrel
That all link arms somehow.
that can attach to form a chain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, again, I know it's the well I keep going back to, as you pointed out. No, because that one worked. I guess they could just wrap their tongue around it, and that sucks. And I know that.
So, Lucas, my only problem with this disgusting theory is that you can
Yeah.
only link tongue with one tongue.
Then you go tongue spoiler,
Okay.
or
So what
maybe
you're
the spoilers can lock together. That could
oh,
make sense. And then on the front, the tongues, and on the back, the spoilers. It's bad. I know it is, John. I know it is.
okay. Maybe it's the doors?
Yeah, that's probably better. That makes
Because
more
in
sense.
those things,
But then
you
they
can
don't
open the doors
open.
because you can't see the brain.
Yeah,
Because there isn't a top. So it's fine. It's fine.
it's fine.
They
I
open up the
guess.
doors and they link their doors and they don't have to French kiss to hold each other.
Yeah.
Do you think
Okay.
you think in just general Toy Story universe that the little green army men are really jealous of like D&D minis?
That their feet aren't locked together?
I mean, their feet are still locked together.
No,
They're just typically much higher quality.
I mean, yeah, probably. Gosh, D&D minis. They could probably do some damage, huh?
I mean, they still have that weird wobble problem.
Yeah, but once they get to you, they got a toy sword to hit you with at least.
I mean, I imagine that's as effective as the toy gun.
I think it would be. I mean, it wouldn't be sharp, but it would hurt.
True. But do they have parachutes?
No, well, unless you've got a weird D&D mini, but probably not.
I've gotten a new idea.
I mean, honestly, a paratrooper sounds like a really cool. I don't know that you could make it work super well, but if you could, I would be all about that character.
They're a
Uh,
character who uses like wind spells to fly.
yeah, or I guess they could just teleport like dimension door into the air or whatever, like would be high enough to justify a parachute.
They're just a monk who like runs up walls and jumps.
That'd be pretty good, also. Uh, we've got enough track. Well, monks have featherfall. Never mind.
I don't think they have featherfall. They have a weird. Wait, is it
They have
featherfall?
they have basically like light fall or something. They have some ability they get at some point that's similar to
Yeah.
featherfall. Okay, there.
So Kingdom Hearts 3,
Okay, sure, why not?
it's got Toy Story in it.
It does.
Do we think that the Cars universe has Kingdom Hearts? And if so, does it have Toy Car Story?
Yes and yes.
All right. Which is troubling for so very many reasons.
I'd love
But
for you to explain them to me.
but okay, so I'm really just trying to get to the idea of what if Cars was in a Kingdom Hearts game?
It'd be bad. I mean, you remember when they put Monsters Inc. in a Hearts game and it was bad?
What? It was good.
That was, I mean, I
The
don't know
Kingdom
gameplay wise.
the
I've
Kingdom
never,
Hearts game was bad,
uh,
but it was a good section of that game.
sure, I haven't played it. But I'm saying visually, it was weird to make Goofy and Donald weird monsters.
See, they were like hot topic monsters, so that was something.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy as Cars vs. Cars is not something I like. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I do.
Now hear me out.
Okay.
It's all about dimensional traveling. They don't have to be anything different.
I mean, but usually they are, right? Like or not usually, but like,
Like if they
what?
go to cars, they would turn into cars, but like their base forms could just be Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Yeah, whatever.
However, if it
Yeah.
were a cars-based video game, Sora definitely would be a car. I'm just going to throw out a complaint.
Go
In
for it.
Kingdom Hearts 3, they essentially removed all of the Final Fantasy characters, and that was deeply sad.
Oh, that's dumb. That's the fun part of Kingdom Hearts. Well, the fun part is you're like, is Captain Barbosa? How cool. Uh, but also it being like, is Sephiroth.
Oh look, it's Donald and Goofy watching William Turner die.
Oh, the one winged angel has appeared. Okay, sure.
Oh, a man with a gigantic butcher knife that he claims is a sword, but I think is just like a girder. He's gonna fight me, and I've got a key. Okay,
Yeah, sure, whatever. I think it's probably the end of the episode.
yeah.
uh, yeah, that was a fun one. I didn't expect it to be all about Toy Car Story, but I don't know. More episodes, baby. We gotta make it to 2022.
You know it. Oh boy.
Thank you so much for listening. Let us know if you liked this one and want us to do more of. I'm gonna say I called this Pix-Car Studios, unless John can come up with a better one by the time I stop talking. So let us know if you want to do more of those. I think we're going to, if we do more of them, at least start with the ones that are confirmed in that in credit sequence, or in like there are some posters in Disneyland that had like other movies. So we're going to start with those at the very least. But I'm getting in the weeds here. Uh, we really do appreciate you listening to us. And if you have any ideas to send to us, or any of the ones you want us to start with in Pix-Car Studios, our new series we didn't know would be a series an hour and 10 minutes ago, uh, you can do that at our email, which is thekachat@gmail.com, or on Twitter, which is at thekachat. Both of those are all one word, no hyphen in there. Now John will say something. Did you come up with a better title for the series?
I was thinking maybe just Pixar theory, but not really that much different.
I prefer studios. Say your other stuff.
All right. I apologize if the energy feels off or weird. We are recording at a very different time than we normally do, and I think we're both tired. At least I'm tired.
I am exhausted, so yes.
Absolutely okay. And, well, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell anyone and everyone that you think might be the least bit interested in listening to this very strange podcast where we can spend an entire hour and some odd minutes talking about a 5-second clip at the end of a movie
Hey,
and implications because it ties to cars and toys and sentience and possibly possession and losing limbs.
yeah, I mean they made merch of Woody the car and Buzz Light car and Ham the car, and they've got bios and like no, they've done enough that we've earned this episode. Okay,
True enough, true enough. Uh, well, until next time, remember to float like a Cadillac.
and sting like a beaver.
Tiny